Hey, Dimitri, do you want to come on? I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I have a question for you about competition.
Mm.
And sort of one of the things I'm really interested about the Elance Odesk merger is that, you guys were going head to head, going after the same customers. And after, you merged, you combined your data warehouses, you were started having conversations with the people on the other sides. Is there anything that surprised you that you learned about competitive strategy or anything that any other learnings? For example, like you were probably bidding on each other's keywords
Yeah.
during the initial period. And, after you could check, like, how was effective that for the other party?
I mean, I think for early stage companies, and I think when we merged, if I recall, I want to say the combined business was a little over $100 million dollars in net sales, net revenue. So like we were good size, but we weren't massive. I think the Upwork, the Elance Odesk combination to create Upwork made a ton of sense. It was really hard. It was really painful. And what's funny is this is like merging the Red Sox and the Yankees. I mean, we were like, you know, bitter enemies. And once we merged, it was actually a lot of fun because like, we all got along. Everybody was working overtime to like be partners. We were friends now. We were on the same team. And I think that's one thing that we did really well in the merger process is it went from mortal enemies to great friends really quick. And, on the enterprise, I was running the enterprise business. My two sort of cohorts on the Elance side of the enterprise business, like we would laugh about how often and the links we would go to put our thumb in the other one's eyes. So I think that part we did really well, but I think we underestimated how hard the technical integration would be. Um, I think there's a lot of overlap in customers. So we sort of took a couple steps back through the merger. Now, in the end, it worked out great, but it was hard. I mean, it was difficult and it took a long time to really get things right and to get the infrastructure sort of fully merged. And it's don't underestimate how hard those integrations are and don't overestimate the power of the combination. Now, I'll put an asterisk and this is sort of I'll shorten my answer here, but right now there are a lot of really small companies that are subscale and they need help. And you're not going to get any more money. And it's going to be really hard to claw your way into market share. So I do think there is a unique window, and you see this right now. There was an article in the information, I think last week, around VCs looking at acquisitions the way private equity firms normally do because I do think there is a need for consolidation in a lot of sectors right now because there was so much money coming into venture 2, 3, 4 years ago. So it is hard, it is difficult. Don't underestimate it. But I think there's certainly times when it makes a lot of sense.